Every year in the United States, there are over 160,000 auctions. There are thousands of antique shows, untold numbers of flea markets, and all of these generate a huge amount of interest in the antique community and the larger art community, and all the people who are friends and family with those people. These people spend a large portion of their time on the weekends, on their vacations, going to antique shops, going to auctions, going to shows, and at all of these places, there are hundreds of transactions. This is a huge, huge engine of commerce in the United States and the global. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry. The industry has not kept up in technology. Right now, this group of people is enormously underserved on the internet in the way that they find and interact with these things.
So just to introduce ourselves a little bit, I'm Ben Buckman. I'm a web developer. I specialize in Drupal and in scaling large websites. Sean Blanchett, my partner, is an antique dealer. And about a year and a half ago, he was trying to aggregate all the data he needed to be a good antique dealer with sticky notes and newspapers and tech from the antique technology, and had this need to pull it all together on the web. So we've been collaborating on this, and we went live about 2 months ago, antiquesnearme.com, and it pulls it all together. So this is the only site where you can get all the different ways you can buy antiques: small shops, shows, auctions, flea markets. Eventually we're going to do estate sales as well. All in one place, interactively, on a map, with all the interactivity you would expect of a map. It's sort of like the vision is Yelp plus LinkedIn for the antique industry.
So we facilitate, this is an example of a map. This happens to be downtown Boston. This is the Charles Street Antiques District, which a lot of you may be familiar with. There's one little antique mall and a bunch of shops. What we do is we help people who are coming from a place other than this feel like a local and quickly find out where all the different shops are, and then drill down into them and find out which ones carry the types of things they collect. Because collectors have very specific needs, and most shops will not deliver what they need. So if they don't have a guide or some quick way of finding out, they will not find what they're looking for. On the flip side of that, if you're a business owner, if you're an antique dealer, it's hard to reach that 1 or 2 people who are coming to your city who collect your corkscrew that you've got. You know, that $5,000 killer corkscrew. There's like 2 people who are going to buy that. You need those people to find you. So what we do is we help people drill down quickly in their destinations.
So a little bit about why we're unique, what are we doing that no one else has done. So first of all, like I said, we have all the different ways you can get antiques. There's, for example, AuctionsNet for auctions is really good. There's estatesales.net for estate sales, but nothing pulls it all together the way we do. We have really rich data about all these. So we have all their social media links. We have their eBay store. We have the associations they're members of. We have the shows they were part of. Eventually, we're going to have the inventory stuff they're selling. We're going to have reviews and so forth. We have human vetted data. We didn't just scrape this. We built this over a year and a half. Humans have managed, primarily by Sean, who's an expert in the industry, have built this amazing data set. The quality metrics that I mentioned. So we know not just that you're a dealer, but are you a good dealer? And we're pulling it all together and aggregating it. So we can, we're developing an algorithm where we rank individual events and businesses, and then we say, okay, so what's the aggregate for Boston? What's the aggregate for Cambridge? And then you can go to the homepage right now and you put in your zip code or your address of your city, and it'll tell you what are the 5 places near there tomorrow and today that are aggregated the best ranking as an antique destination.
So how do we channel users into our site? The main people we're targeting right now are the consumers of antiques. We're targeting the collectors, the dealers who are buying, and the people who are looking to go to shows and auctions. For those people, we're doing an intuitive categorization in search, which is in the process of being built out. We have a very, very new way of tagging and categorizing of antiques, which is free form, and that'll roll. 1 minute. You all are so interested. I'm really best audience ever. Okay. At any rate, we've got all kinds of cool stuff.
So for dealers and organizers, right now, like I said, we built the database, but the goal is not that we keep managing it, but that the dealers do it themselves. We're going to have the inventories of the individual events and shops, manage all the social media lead gen. We know all these people are, so we can connect them to each other. We can do direct mail campaigns because we know who they are. And eventually we can give these people who are not web savvy turnkey websites specific to antique dealers. So really quickly, our business model, you can sort of imagine from the things I just said, but freemium listings, display advertising and feature listings, affiliate marketing, so we can say, oh, you deal in Chinese porcelain, we're going to link to your stuff on eBay for Chinese porcelain. and then we get an affiliate cut. The data is really valuable, and the premium services. So, thank you.
First,
Can you take some questions while we're setting up the next presenter?
congratulations. I know someone who's this kind of person. She would be all over this.
Oh, great.
But my question for you is, have you considered kind of setting up a Craigslist for people who have antiques that they want to sell to a dealer, or kind of like a Craigslist?
Absolutely, yeah. One of the future products that we have already fully conceptualized and scoped is a place where you post an object, you say, are you interested in having it appraised? Are you interested in selling it? Are you interested in getting offers? Or are you interested in sending it to auction? And then all the professionals and those parts of the industries can step up and offer, I'll do an appraisal for $20, these are my credentials. So yeah, I think it's a great idea, we're definitely pursuing that.
I actually happened to visit your site today and I loved it. But I have a question. The search capability around, so let's say I'm somebody who's interested in Chinese vases. Is that something that's coming up on your roadmap to enable me to search for something like this? Because I can't just click on every event in every store to see who has it.
On the pipeline was intuitive categorization. One of the things we've been struggling with is figuring out how to categorize antiques because there's so many different vectors you can go at it. We think we've pretty much nailed it now conceptually, and we're working on building it. So that's one of the next steps, so you can categorize first shops and then the individual items in their shops.
And today we just started tracking what do people put in that search box, because we suspect they're not putting zip codes, they're also saying like Chinese vases. So we want to know so that we have an intuitive reflection of what people are saying.
Is this only for the our neighborhood, or you're going to expand to...
It's the entire United States right now.
Okay, it's the entire... Wow. A lot of data scrubbing.
Well, it's all human. It's not...
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's every piece that's polished through.
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay, well done.
Thank you.